I'm en route for Wisconsin. We're coming up on the very last leg, the last swing. So we're gonna make a run to the Midwest. I got to thinking, I think my original plans were to head to New England for this last stretch. Hit Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New York. That's what I was planning on. Then with COVID, figured that's a bad area to go to, even though I'm not overly concerned about that, being we're hiding in the woods. But then I got thinking, it's like, man, these gas prices are better than they've ever been. I might as well take advantage of it, hit the road, and actually, put a little distance on the tires. And so game plan for this leg is Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan. I've already bought the licenses and have tags for. I'm hoping I can squeak in North Dakota, but that would take things to go pretty well in Wisconsin and Minnesota first. Give me enough time to be able to jump into North Dakota and then come back and hit Michigan on the return. So that's the tentative game plan. What actually happens, Wisconsin could whoop my butt and get stuck in there until the end of the season there. So we'll see. We'll see. I was talking to somebody that's in Wisconsin today, and they weren't hearing a whole lot of gobbling. So I'm hoping I can find something. First boots on the ground in Wisconsin. About 9 o'clock in the morning. Wasn't quite to where I'd intended on starting, and saw turkey out in the field, looked at the maps. There's some public not too far from it. And by the time I turned around, turkey was no longer in the field. So I'm hoping that he's in the public woods here. So let's see if I can strike him up, and if not, I'll get back in the truck and head to where I was headed. I hope this is a good thing. All right, it is first morning in Wisconsin. We're walking in, game plan today, since I did not hear a bird last night, is to get out on this big field ridge and just listen out to the bottoms below. Hopefully hear a bird and be able to move on it. But that's the plan. A little cloudy. A hair more breeze than they were calling for, but I don't hear a gobble. Not good. All right, it's day 3 in Wisconsin. So far in a day and a half, we have not heard a gobble. I did have a little bit of action with a bird yelping back to me yesterday, but he kept his distance just over a little bit of a rise, and that was it. I feel like I was running and gunning pretty hard yesterday and never came up with something. So we'll get back after it today and do the same thing if we have to. The grind, it is what it is. Oh man, another morning, not a gobble. This is getting painful. The sun's starting to peek out. That boosts my confidence a little bit that I might be able to strike something up. But other than that, just kind of running a gun and checking these, running ridges out, checking on little fingers and calling down to the bottom below them, hoping one time somebody's gonna fire up. Pretty rough hunt for me. I don't like sitting still, and I refuse to just sit and call if I don't know something's there. So if he's not gonna gobble, do something, give me some indication that he's gonna come to the call. I'll get up and start walking until I find one that does. So that may not be the best answer all the time, but I didn't drive all the way to Wisconsin to deer hunt, so I'm gonna keep walking until I find a bird that wants to die. This field edge is torn up. Right up against the woods. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I hate that I'm even contemplating that as an idea. But if I sat there long enough, I would kill a turkey. We're supposed to get rain in the forecast today. Woke up this morning, it had been extended out a little bit, so it's really not supposed to hit hard until later in the afternoon. Been struggling a bit to find gobbling turkeys. Yesterday, probably put the most pieces to the puzzle together. This bird, it was the very first bird that I saw when I came, or saw near public, when I got to Wisconsin this trip. It's in an obscure spot. It was stepping on private land in a field. Back behind it, a good bit actually, is public land. Hunted it the first day, it did not do anything. Stayed out in the field, never gobbled at me. Yesterday, came in, and I did strike it up probably about 9 o'clock in the morning. Fired up really good, and it was back very, very close to public land. I thought it was going to come in, but it never did. And then what I think happened was the 3 hens that I had passed in the field ended up getting down to it. Once he had company, he shut up, went quiet on me. I waited and waited and waited for him to show back up. He never did. While I don't have a clue where this bird's going to be roosted, I think he will gobble. which would be good. And I might stand my best chance if I can get on him right off the limb before he gets out to that field. Well, I made a move, a drastic move. Figured things weren't happening where I was. I need to figure out where it was happening. So, made a big jump. Hopefully it pays off. You know, on my drive in, I was seeing a lot more turkeys than I was back where I was. So, fingers crossed this pays off. Alright, it's day 5 in Wisconsin. Made a big move yesterday. Got into a very different area. I did see this longbeard I'm going after today. It was in a private field, but I saw it run into public woods when I slowed down to look at it. So, a little skittish. The woods are junk. But now he's going to be on that back edge of that property. That would be my guess. So hopefully it gobbles. It gobbles a lot. He's closer than I thought. Just turned the camera on to tell you I had a bird way up on private and he gobbled right here. Spot of rain just came through. And now it's getting bright and sunny. This is turkey killing time. I just gotta find one. I got to stop going into a state with a preconceived notion that there's a lot of turkeys, or that it's going to be good hunting. Because this Wisconsin was not a state I was ever concerned about, I'll be honest. And when you're 4 days in and you have heard one bird gobble for 15 minutes, that entire 4-day stretch, I'll make you question some things. This is a heavy bird. He got a rope. Beautiful, beautiful turkey. Good sharp spurs. Wisconsin makes state number 22, I think. Not that it matters one bit. Gobbled one time. I'd seen him in a field. Was doing a loop around, coming up through the woods. First time I clucked, yelped a little bit, then turned my camera on, then maybe light yelp again, and then gave a little inflection and that yelp cut, and pow, hit it. And he pretty much, I just shimmied around on the tree because I didn't know if he was going to come to the right side or to the left, and probably didn't need to do that. He ended up coming to the right. I was set up right, but the hunt itself wasn't the hardest. Getting there was not easy. Alright, we are toting. Hashtag tote ride. If y'all haven't used one of these, you need to. They are the greatest things ever. Not to advertise. I'm not about that at all, but my buddy Paul Coughlin at Easy Outdoors makes a very fine tote, and it is perfect for your gobbler hauling experience. That sounded like a commercial, didn't it? It's all good. It's a heavy bird. Alright, so the next stop, we're heading west somewhere. I don't even know yet. I have a license in Minnesota. I could be hunting by morning if I go to Minnesota. If I go farther west, I'm gonna be driving during gobble time. So gotta make a decision here before too long.